Hello everyone, Toofelhoont here, and welcome back. Okay, here we go. Another episode of Total Novice, and what we have for you today happen to be the Wood Elves. That's right, so this is another DLC I purchased a while ago, fiddled with them a little bit, don't remember much of anything, and we're going into Immortal Empire, so probably whatever I experience is probably going to be pretty different anyway. We're going to head into the Wood Elves. Remember, I appreciate everybody that has shown love for the Total Novice series. It wouldn't continue without you, that's for sure. So it's just a reminder, this is about incremental learning for me, just focusing on the faction-specific mechanics so I can identify those factions that I actually want to learn the game with. So stick around. Who knows? You might learn something. You never know. If you like the video, me or the game, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That would be kind of cool. If you're feeling really crazy, you can leave a comment or two. I wouldn't mind that at all. You never know. It might just be worth it. Let's go ahead and check out the Wood Elves. Okay, Wood Elves it is. We've got 4 options. We've got Orion, Durthu, Sisters of Twilight, and Drika. Now, I know that each legendary lord has a little bit of a spin mechanic, so I'm not 100% exactly sure who to take to get kind of that base stable experience. So it's going to be between Orion or Drika, or Durthu, I'm sorry, because I think they were the first two. Looks like Durthu likes his trees. Orion likes what? What does Orion like? Wild Riders. Let's see, enables unique. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go with Orion. Look, here's the deal. I know Sisters of Twilight are really cool. Let's go with Sisters of Twilight. What am I thinking? Let's just do Sisters of Twilight. I think really anybody who plays Wood Elves probably only plays them anyway. Let's follow in their footsteps. Here we go.
The Twilight Sisters, ready for anything.
All right, let's find out if they're ready for my noobness, shall we? Okay, as always, we're going to first learn kind of the ins and outs of how to play them here. We win battles to receive special magical items gifted from the Forge of Daith. Okay, they can be permanently upgraded or temporarily boosted for the sisters used in battle. That sounds fun. Pacify regions bordering the world's magical forests through raising Occupation Alliance to improve their health, eventually leading to rituals of rebirth. Gain control of the supremely powerful hero Ariel, following your first ritual of rebirth, and wield her devastating powers. Wow, they've got a lot of stuff going on. Traverse the deep roots sparingly to instantly travel vast distances between magical forests, or use the world roots stance to avoid obstacles over shorter distances. Use Amber, rewarded from rituals of rebirth, to unlock powerful technologies. And complete the ritual of rebirth at the Oak of Ages in Aethel Loren to enable campaign victory. Okay. Oh, we've read quite a bit there already. We're going to go ahead and hit the escape key, and let's see if there's any more information they want to give us, because I'm guessing they do. A little bit, but not much. Not much that we haven't already read. So, but let's go ahead and take a moment. You pause. I'm going to pause. I'm going to read. I'll be back. So one thing that we hadn't read about was the office piece, right? Like, a lord may be promoted into a position of office once they have achieved a sufficient character rank. Positions of office confer bonuses on the lords that occupy them. All right, cool. Okay. So we've got some other things here. Delina. She's a spell singer. All right. Let's go ahead and put her in the army, because that's how we roll. Looks like we have a fast fight, and then we also have a fast city to try and take. So let's go ahead and take a look at our tech first. Looks like we have one thing immediately that we can research. The Marai Heg, the Crone, line of sight and control. Let's get that done. All right, we've got some other buttons over here. Here are the deep roots. View the forest health of all known magical forests in the world and the deep roots that connect them.
The world roots form a network that connects the most important forests of the world. Healing them not only strengthens the world roots, but also grants you powerful benefits.
All right, so we can select a forest currently in a magical forest region and click the deep roots button on a different magical forest to instantly travel there. Okay, so some fast travel. Eligible forces are marked with an icon in the Lords and Heroes list. Okay. All right. Okay. What's the next thing here? We got a Sword of Cain is unavailable. Occupy the Shrine of Cain and construct the Shrine of the Widowmaker building to unlock it. All right. I think that's an elven thing. Offices.
The strength of the forest realms is governed by the Elven Council. Here, the noble lords and ladies of Athelloren bestow the forest's great wisdom and knowledge upon their subjects.
All right, looks like we're in the office of the Heralds of Isha. Lord recruit rank, +3 for spell weavers. Okay, so if we recruit a spell weaver lord, they're going to start at a +3 rank. And that's the only one we've got available to us so far. Okay. All of that's fine and dandy.
Twin defenders of the glades.
We're going to just check our diplomacy and see what's up with quick deals. So, Bretonia likes us. Well, Bretonia, do they like us enough to give us a trade agreement? No. Well, we'll sign an app. We'll sign an app with them. Not like it's going to matter, because I doubt we can trade deal before we're done with this Total Novice video, but you never know. Got nothing else we really could do. So we'll call that good. All right, we're just moving along. We're just moving along here. Okay. We've got a fight to do already. All right, let's take a look at the units that we're up against before we fight this manually. Remember, we want to fight all of the early decisive victories. Number 1, to try to limit the amount of damage we take, which is kind of hard when you're bad like I am. And number 2, to get practice. All right, so we have the Eternal Guard. They are Spear Infantry. Forest Stalker. It's Forest Stalker. This unit gains bonuses to melee, defense, and accuracy while fighting within the forest. All right, well, that means we got to look for forest on the maps for sure. Anti-large and charge against, okay? We've got 2 units of those. That's our front line. We've got Deepwood Scouts that also happen to be Forest Stalkers and Master Ambusher. This unit can move while hiding in any terrain, firing in any direction, even while running. Okay, I kind of like the sound of that. We got some Hawk Riders, some Flying Archers, and we have a Great Eagle. Ah, ha, ha, Lord of the Rings, let's go. Okay. Who are we up against? Dracula Coven. 2 Sword Infantry. Black Arc Corsairs, dual Sword Infantry. They are anti-infantry. Sea Dragon Cloak, what is that? Scaled leather of the flightless Sea Dragon provides a very light yet incredibly sturdy material for armor, I see. And then Dark Riders, Shock Cavalry. All right, so we want to make sure that we definitely intercept the Shock Cavalry with our spears. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. All right, let's go ahead and get our deployment taken care of here. We're going to do what we do, and that's group our units, as we always have. The crazy thing is, honestly, is that, well, we've only got a line of like 2 front line, right? So we'll see how this goes. All right, so let's, I like the idea of fighting in the woods, because we've got great advantages for doing so. The question is, I'm just trying to get a sense of, like, if we fight over here in these trees and we pull them here, at least I think we get an attack bonus because they're coming uphill. So we're actually going to move our entire army over to this side, because we've got several units that we've got 2 different flying units, 3 flying units that we can use to bait the enemy. So we're going to go ahead and start the battle, and I'll see you guys after. Wish me luck. All right, there it is. We've got ourselves a decisive victory. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how well I did, or bad. All right, well, decisive victory. Our spearmen kind of got beat up, but, you know, they were the only frontliners we had. Everybody else did okay. For the most part, it kind of worked to the plan that I was going for. You can see we didn't completely annihilate anybody other than the Dark Riders, but they will probably be defeated anyway. That's just kind of how it seems to work. We're going to try to hit that town, so I'm going to go ahead and go with our army replenishment.
Must be imposed.
All right, so from here, we're going to also hit Temple of Adioth, maybe? Let's see. Auto-resolve. Nothing. We've got a close victory. What do they have? 2 units of spear, 2 swords, and dark shards. Okay, so again, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to tell you my strategy out of the gate. My strategy out of the gate is very, very simple. I'm going to kite their front line with my multiple flying ranged, try to weaken them. The dark shards are going to be a little bit of a concern because, well, they're armored they have armor piercing missiles, so probably going to need to make sure we focus on them. But let's get into this here. Okay, let's go ahead and get our deployment going. And one of the things I was reading on the loading screen was, yeah, our Hawk Riders actually have Vanguard. So we can actually get this party started a lot earlier than that last battle. Let's go ahead and get our line done here. We want to fight in the forest again, because our guys have an advantage to that. I did relatively okay with taking advantage of that last fight, I think. We're going to fight up here in the forest. What I kind of want to do is I want to kind of lead this army around here to the side. I'll move them when we're in here. All right, so let's get our Hawk Riders grouped. Get our Hawk grouped. Our Hawk Riders. I mean, they got Vanguard, so we're just going to start them up. Like, we're going to try to get them going early. Let's go ahead and just get the battle started. Let's see how we do. Wish me luck. All right, decisive victory. Got that one won. Let's go ahead and see how bad or good it was. All right, there we go. Didn't do too bad. We got ourselves a town. We're going to occupy it. It would seem. All buildings are destroyed and the settlement is razed if we clear it. This region is part of the ancient heathland of a nearby magical forest. While razed, it will contribute to the forest's health. Your faction will gain the following. So is this... let's occupy it. I don't know if it's one we should occupy or if we should clear it. But I'm wondering if it's in the same settlement as the Witchwood. It is not. Okay, well, now we know. Now we know. All right, we got a bunch of levels all over the place, so let's go ahead and take care of our levels. Yes, the Sisters of Twilight, they're rather excited. Forbidden Rod, which we can give to our floating spell singer. Not seeing anything that hurts us when we lose our leadership, so that's good. All right, let's go ahead and go into our skills. We're going to take the movement range as we have been doing. And I think I'm going to take bow and blade. I always like to build my legendary lords to a strength, like them being a part of the whole thing, if it makes sense. All right. Let's go ahead and go with casting. For our caster. Definitely beginning to learn how important magic seems to be in Warhammer 3, that's for sure. Like do not underestimate magic and its value and importance in the game, that's for sure. Growth 20, recruitment cost minus 50. Control, post battle loot. Growth 20, construction cost, all adjacent provinces. If I do this one, what can I recruit? The Glade Guard. Missile Infantry. Sure. I like the growth on that. But the question is, do we occupy anything outside of our capital? Right? So if we just need to heal things, is there a need to occupy anything outside of our capital? Or are we literally just going to run around or move around the map? I mean, we got to clear the adjacent provinces, right? But are we just going to move around the map using fast travel? And so we're consistently coming back to our capital to like upgrade units and stuff like that? Or is there value in creating bases across the map? That's what we don't know yet, right? All right, here's the forest health for the Witchwood. Looks like we've got a meter here. And the meter gives us diplomatic relation boost with the Dark Elves, research rate, and some forest health. All right. We can build something here. We can upgrade the tier. We always like to do that. All right, I'm thinking we go infrastructure here. Glade Guard Hagbane tips. Starfire Shaft, Glade Guard, Starfire Shafts. So if I want to recruit here, this is where I need to build the military buildings. So we need to, we probably need to go, here's some more ranged, and I like the flying archers. Not sure whether or not getting any sort of shock cavalry would be worth it, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and go with this Glade Guard. Although, again, infrastructure. And we can get a lot of buildings here. So maybe the first one's infrastructure. Let's see. Income generated, some control, a little bit of growth. A lot of income, and producing some wine. We've already got growth and income building here. So let's do the income. Let's do the grapevines. Oh, whoa. We got Oak of Ages. Okay. I mean, sure. All right, looks like we've done everything we can. So we have our turn 1 done. We've got our turn 1 done. So let's go ahead and head into turn 2. So in my excitement, no, that's not true. When I hit the next button to build and it took me all the way across the map, I got a little flustered there. I didn't recruit. I did not recruit at all. And I think that, I mean, obviously that was a mistake. I got Tomb Kings over to my left. So we've got to make up for that. We got to recruit here. So if I go back to my capital, though, I think the capital is where I want to be. Oh, hello. All right, so can I go into ambush stance? I can use the underroots or the world roots here. Traverse underground terrain that would be normally impassable. Immune to most attrition. Ambush defense chance 25%. I don't get any more movement out of that. Let's just go normal. Let's head back to our. Well, I wanted to head towards our. I'm heading towards our capital. I don't know how best, you know, like, yeah. I want to get back here to recruit the units we have here because we should be able to recruit. I mean, we should be able to recruit some ranged. So, all right. Well, I mean, that was a very fast turn 2. Let's roll into 3.
Deep beneath the earth lie the world roots, a network of enclosed passageways that connect the great forests of the old world. Make use of them to quickly travel through otherwise hostile terrain.
All right. So, we're heading back to our capital.
Awaiting bloodshed.
Because we need to recruit.
Night and day.
There we go. Glade Guard. Yeah, that's our missile infantry, even though they're showing with a... I wonder if they're a hybrid unit. Okay, well... We're going to get 2 more of those, and we're definitely going to get... Let's get 3 more range. So we're going to be here for a total of 2 turns. We need to get more units for sure. Okay. We need to recruit another hero.
When do we fight? Only when necessary.
Can't. Got to unlock them. Okay. I don't know if it's really worth recruiting another lord right now. Doesn't seem like it is. We don't have tons of money anyway. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess we move into... All right, let's move into turn 4. Another faction that seems to be a slower out-of-the-gate faction, maybe I'd say. I'm not 100% sure. Kind of feels like it, but maybe this is pretty typical too. Here we go. All right, into turn 4. We're going to be here for 1 more turn because we're recruiting those 2. So let's go ahead and... Let's see. We've got Deepwood Scouts. We've got Glade Guard. I'm going to guess these are hybrids. They don't say hybrid, but I wonder if it says down here they're hybrid. Firewall moving woodsman. This unit can pass through trees. Oh, that's a neat trick. I mean, they are 90% air, I hear. Do we go with more melee? We're going to have a wall of 5 strong. Let's go with 6 strong and 1 more Glade Guard. Let's call that good. Yeah, we got nothing else going on. So we're going to head into turn 5, y'all. We're going to head into turn 5. I mean, the faction themselves seems pretty self-explanatory. What we need to do, so this is a magical forest, right? So we need to cleanse. We need to cleanse every region that is adjacent to us to heal our forest, is how I understand it. So we've got to clear everything around what's adjacent to us to heal our forest. And then we start bopping and using the fast travel stuff to move throughout the different magic. Here's all the different magic forests that we have to heal, right? And then you just start kind of rinse and repeat as you move through the map is how it feels like we play this. So yeah, it feels pretty, I don't want to say basic, but it feels pretty straightforward. I guess straightforward would be the term I would use. Please let me know in the comments if I have got it wrong, and it's not as straightforward as I think it is, but it feels straightforward anyway. Here we go, into turn 5. Okay, so we got technology done. Let's get our next tech going. Income from resource and crafting buildings plus 10%. I like that. Plus 10 for elf infantry and cavalry units. I don't mind that at all. Wisdom of the Eagle Lords. Armor piercing weapon damage plus 25 for Great Eagle units. Physical resistance for Great Eagle units. Provides line of sight. Provides line of sight over all magical forest regions. Beware, this will make distant foes aware of you. I don't know how much I want. I don't know how important that is, and I don't know how much I want to buff up the Eagles yet, so I'm not going to worry about that one anyway. Gain +1 additional forest health for winning battles in magical forests or their heartlands. I mean, that seems like a pretty big deal. And income from raising settlements plus 10%. We're going to be raising settlements a lot, I feel like. Yeah, let's go with the armor first. Let's go with that armor first. Okay. So we don't have a full army. We're close. We've probably got the money to get close. Let's see here. We can recruit 2 from here. That puts us at 18. But I don't want to spend another 2 turns here. But maybe that's what we need to do. Our Grand Hierophant Ketep over there on the left-hand side, over to our west, is building up. They're building up too. I'm not at war with... Am I at war here? Enemy yeah, I am at war with them. I wonder if I'm at war with everybody who's adjacent. No, not at war with them yet. Okay, so... How big's your garrison? Because if I can get... Do we go with a shortened army? Let's try it. We're gonna take attrition. I'm gonna take attrition, so I think I'm gonna stop here. So that next turn I can get here and hit this place. Alright. My caster got a level. Let's see what other spells she's got. She's got a passive ability. Triggers when casting a spell. Power recharge plus 80%. Flock of Doom. Alright, AoE spell. Pan's Impenetrable Pelt. It's a buff. The Amber Spear. Range damage 500. Doesn't say it requires line of sight to the target, but it doesn't necessarily say it's a single target. I think Flock of Doom sounds cool. Let's go with Flock of Doom. Because so far it seems like my strategy is I get in these fights and it is about dealing as much damage as I can until they get to my weakened front line. Because, well, the front line's just not as strong as other front lines, right? Makes sense. So I need to use my advantages to my advantage. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think if that makes sense to me. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Let's go ahead and go into turn 6 and see what happens here on the map. 2 small armies, but that means 2 lords. And a garrison. Not a large garrison. But they've got, combined, they've got what? 8, 13... So that's 20. And they'd have a defensive buff. I think there's like a bonus for fighting within walls. I think.
Seek the enemy. Seek harmony.
But I don't have a second lord, so I can't I can't bait. I'm gonna try to move in a little bit. I'm gonna try to see if I can move in. If I'm not in the red circle of here, I don't think they get to pull the reinforcements in. So let's move down here.
Ariel favors me most. Untrue, sister.
You know what? Let's see what happens. A close defeat. I want to check the terrain here. Oh, it's a city. It's a city. Okay, well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to end up coming out to attack me. Do I have movement left? I have some movement left. Okay. All right, well, you know, let's see what happens. I'm hoping that maybe that's enough to bait these two armies out. I think I could probably win if I just have to deal with the two armies. So let's see if that... We're going to move into turn 7. Let's see if that baits them out.
My lord, a rival power desires a change in your mutual relations.
Well, they're Wood Elves. Sure, why not? I don't want to counteroffer. I'll just accept.
A threat to the forest has appeared nearby. Aggressions against the forest are not uncommon, but some threats are more pressing than others. This particular attack is imminent. Send an army to disrupt these aggressors before they reach full strength.
Why do we waste time? Why do you waste energy?
Interesting. Forest encounter chittering in the deeps. All right, let me read this real quick. Okay. So it looks like we need to fly here and stop this. So this would appear to be another faction mechanic of the Wood Elves, or at least of the Sisters here. An enemy force is gathering strength here and will appear in 3 turns. Move a force here to attempt to ambush the foe. Even if you are defeated, they may be prevented from reaching full strength. All right, let's do it. We did ambush. It's a decisive victory. What do they have? Wolf rats, Skaven slaves, Skaven slave. They have a lot of slaves, so they have a lot of meat on the field, if you will. Clan rat spears. Let's go ahead and auto-resolve this one. All right, that's some XP for us. We might need to go with some army replenishment, though. I think I'm going to go army replenishment because I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that I may... I mean, I feel like I may very well end up getting attacked here. Okay, so here's what I want to do, or what I wanted to do, is I wanted to fly over to Val's Anvil. This is what I should have done last turn, and I didn't do it. When I retreated, I came back here. I may not have had the space to get around this red circle. I really want to... Can I move over here? So if we go after Val's Anvil, it's going to bait one or both of these lords to come after me or try to get to Val's Anvil. Kind of like what happened in our... Was it the Skaven playthrough that we baited somebody to go somewhere else? No, it was Norska. Norska. So let's see if that strategy works again for us. We have some skill points. Endurance of the Oak, hit points. I like the idea of hit points. I do like it. I like armor. But I'm curious. Ammunition 10 plus 10% reload time reduction. Speed and charge bonus. Let's just go with health. Let's go with health. That's the safe play. Flock of Doom again, for sure. All right, and then we got an ancillary. They've already been assigned. Perfect. All right, we can build something in our capital. Actually, we can upgrade and build. All right, we're rolling in the money. Got some new buildings we can build. Oh, actually, we've got a tier we can go up. We definitely want to do that, too. We got 3,100. Okay. We're going to do another income building. And then this building, we'll do... Let's do a military building. Let's do a military building. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and end our turn and go into turn 8. Okay, here we are. This is what I was expecting, waiting for. It's Pyrrhic victory. We got a Pyrrhic victory with... We're not going to lose one unit. They've got reinforcements. I could potentially fight this, but I don't have a need because I won't be losing a unit. So I'm going to go ahead and auto-resolve it. We wipe them. again, I want to do casualty replenishment because this next turn I really want to try to take a city or two.
Trust built between diplomatic parties opens the door to further cooperation. A trade agreement may be possible with your foreign partners. Let your merchants flourish, for industry drives war.
Okay.
Ariel sees all.
Well, so garrison's there. Ball's Anvil. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, Witchwood is our hometown. Okay. Let's go ahead and hit this. I mean, we are kind of messed up. Decisive victory.
Battle.
Take it. I think we'll probably park here, get some replenishment, and we are going to clear Heathland.
The land must be cleansed.
Wow. Okay. All right. It's rather dramatic.
Defenders of the
We're
glade.
still not in a space to actually be replenishing, though, are we? Can we still... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try something really cheeky. I don't know if we're going to have the movement for it. We're going to level up. Okay. Do we have the movement? No, we don't.
Our
We don't have the
quest
movement to go anywhere.
resumes at sunrise.
So can I go in a different stance and heal? I can't. I don't have a different stance that I could...
Hurry it up. Yes, agreed.
Get casualty replenishment in. Can't recruit. Okay. Well, into turn 9. Again, so far seems like a very straightforward
That.
type of playstyle and mechanic here for the Wood Elves. Let's move forward.
Scum. I will put you in the ground. It is true.
Oh, all right. Empire Coast declared war on us. Okay, so we are really messed up, and we have a full stack Skaven army here.
So bored.
What I'd like to do,
Patient.
if I get... Oh, Hag Hall has a really big garrison, though. Wow. Oh, what do we got over here? We got Beastmen over there. I want to get work. I want to get somewhere
Prey.
that I can get casualty replenishment. Or, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Destination.
Oak of Ages can get an upgrade. All right. Well, I mean, we're pretty much done with our Wood Elves, right? Like, seems like a pretty straightforward play style, straightforward mechanics. I mean, early on at least, like so far, it is a faction that I definitely feel like I would go ahead and choose to learn the game with for sure. Let's go ahead and go into turn 10 and just kind of see what happens. Then we might just wrap it up.
The deepest world roots are known as the deep roots, which your forces can use to travel great distances. Any army in a forest region can travel to another, but after traversing the deep roots, it will be some time before another journey can be made.
Show me a foe.
All right. So if I chose to do that, right? Select the forest currently in a magical forest region and click the Deep Roots button on a different magical forest to instantly travel there. So where is the Deep Roots button? So I click on a unit.
When do we fight? Only when necessary.
Eligible forces are marked with a Deep Root icon, I'll call it, in the Lords and Heroes list. So if I come here, I don't really see that icon. So maybe we're not where we need to be.
Blade is sharp.
I wonder if we're not in a magical forest. Yeah, I mean, we'll just move over here. I want to try to mess with the Deep Root stuff and try to check it out, but apparently we don't qualify.
The
Or we do qualify and I'm misunderstanding it.
The frisson of dusk.
Select a forest currently in a magical forest region. So are magical forest regions purple? Are they denoted by it? No, they would be, I'd bet you anything, they're denoted by this icon. I have to be in the Witchwood. Okay, I should now qualify to travel using the Deeproot. The Deeproot's button on a different magical forest. On a different magical forest. Oh, right here. Okay, so if I click here, click to instantly transport the selected army to this magical forest via the Deeproots. Are you sure we want to teleport the Sisters of Twilight from the Witchwood to Gain Vale? Sure. Did it happen? I think it happened. Did it happen? Did it happen? Yeah, it happened. We're right here. Okay. All right. So there's the Deeproots. Well, let's go ahead and assess the Wood Elves. So we messed around with the Deeproots. That's kind of cool. It seems like our entire job is to raise settlements in adjacent provinces of a wildwood. It's called a wildwood, a witchwood? No, in a magical forest. Nothing as cool as any of those options. It's just magical forest. To heal the land, right? We're going to heal the land. We have offices. So as you recruit lords, you can put lords into offices, it looks like, and they get certain buffs. There's some item crafting and upgrading that the sisters get specifically to them that we just didn't have a chance to mess with. And the Deeproots, there's a 10-turn cooldown on that puppy. 10-turn cooldown. All right. That's what we learned about the Wood Elves. Where do I rank the Wood Elves? With what I've played so far, pretty high, to be completely honest with you. I thought the Tomb Kings were relatively straightforward. I think the Wood Elves appear on the surface, got to say that, on the surface to be even more straightforward than the Tomb Kings. I don't think the Wood Elves require 2 armies to survive early, like I am kind of getting the gist of Tomb King information. I think Wood Elves are number 1 for me right now. I think it is now Wood Elves, Tomb Kings, Nurgle and Empire are tied. And then bringing up the rear, we have Skaven, Norska. Well, Skaven and Norska, I think, are tied. And Ogre Kings. Once again, the Ogre Kings, well, they're still on the bottom for me. They're still on the bottom. So there we go. I mean, it's pretty much a wrap on this one. We've learned some stuff about the Wood Elves. They seem pretty straightforward. They're my new number 1. I want to thank anybody who stuck around through the whole thing. And honestly, anybody who stopped in just to see the video. I do appreciate anybody sticking around. Thank you so much. And I hope you learned something from this. I truly do. As always, feel free to drop a thumbs up and a sub if you like the video. And feel free to leave a comment on any thoughts that you might have. Especially if maybe, hey, the Wood Elves are significantly much more difficult than what you experienced. Let me know that. Till the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye, everybody.